what it is. Yeah. Don't be so cool kids. Man, cool kids. Let me tell you. What's up. You heard? So I had to go on an adventure. Yes, an adventure. A drive to 2 towns to get what I'm about to show you guys, which is a Target exclusive board game. Something just fell. Target, the exclusive board game package, only available at Target. And I pre-ordered to have it delivered to the store I was at, but to my horror, they had the wrong information on their truck, and there was no copies of this game. So I had to put in an order to the next town over, which was 45 minutes away, so that's an hour and a half driving on a work day, to get my delicious Scrumdiddlyumptious board game. Now, is that dedication or what? I don't know what is if that isn't, but went I did with a smile on my face and a song in my heart. So, what game was it? You might be asking. Well, it was kind of like this game, in that it was made by Avalon Hill. Yeah. Which is kind of like this game, which was made by Milton Bradley. In most ways, they're the exact same game. There are differences, and you can look those up on the interwebs. But for our purposes, they're exactly the same game, because what came out is a way to get at this game at a much lower price point than what you would pay for either of these delicious options, both Scrumdiddlyumptious in their own way. You have here the original 1989 classic version of Heroquest. Here you have the brand new smackling Avalon Hill version of Heroquest. But what has just come out is a game changer, because it replaces either of these games, but it's also an expansion for these games simultaneously. How is this possible, you ask? Well, I'm going to show you. The game is First Light. Heroquest First Light. Now, what's in here that isn't in the other boxes? And why is this box so much smaller than the other boxes? I mean, it is a lot smaller than either of the boxes I've just showed you. Well, the reason this box is smaller, and the reason that it's both a standalone expansion and an expansion, is that this contains 2D standees and only 4 actual miniatures. 4 actual miniatures. But the 2D standees are colored. So, you know, if you didn't paint your Heroquest minis, let me get you some examples of unpainted Heroquest minis. Here are 2 such examples of unpainted Heroquest minis. Okay, well, in the standee version of these 2 delicious miniatures, you would find a painted version, but it's 2D. What if they have it on the board? There. You would almost guess they'd have to, right? Maybe that's it. I don't know. Anyway, you're going to get a 2D version. You're also going to get a 3D dragon that has never been offered, right, in any Heroquest game. You're also going to get alternate poses for your heroes. Let me show you the heroes I have, and then we can compare it to these that are standing there. All right. So yeah, we've got the original elf, the original wizard, the original barbarian, right, and the original dwarf. We've got the new Avalon Hill variants, right? Let's look at those. I don't know, which ones do we like better? I don't know. I can tell you the scale's a little different, isn't it? But up here, right above them, we have the alternate sculpts. So that gives me, not you guys, but me, unless you own the original game, I have 3 separate sculpts. Plus, if you bought all the expansions, you'll have even more sculpts of these heroes. So, you know, if you want your wizard to look like the old school, look at me, I'm kind of goofy looking wizard, or the young man about town wizard. That eye needs help. I'm gonna have to. There we go. A little flashing was left on it. Actually, let's really explore the space here. Which do you prefer, the original classic or the new Fangold from Avalon Hill? Man, you tell me, guys, which one's better? This guy's a fair bit shorter, but he's also a little stockier, it seems like. All right, let's do the same thing with the barbarian and his broadsword. That's what they said in the commercial. Well, to be fair, there's not as much a difference between these two, but this guy's definitely on a different scale. But which sculpt do we like better? All right. And here's our dwarves. Which dwarf did it better? All right. Our elves. There we go. There's our elves. Which one did it better? Which one's more elfy? I don't know. Now let's look at the new sculpts. Well, let's look at our gargoyles too. Which gargoyle did it better? Tell me in the comments which gargoyle did it better. Which gargoyle was more ambidocious? Which one did it better? Alright. Now for our new heroes. Let's see what we like about the new sculpts. The wizard looks a little more like he's lived a little. The elf's kind of skulking about. The dwarf's got a pretty hairdo and a shield and a hand axe, and the barbarian is taunting someone or giving a directive. I'm not sure which. So, back to the original point. Why did I buy this if I already have all this? And that's an excellent question, guys. And the answer is because in this package, right, are 11 brand new quests. Yeah? It says right here, a complete game system that's compatible with all expansions of Heroquest. So, not only do you get, I just tried to put this in the Avalon Hill block. So I was like, this don't fit. So, yeah, if you have everything, you don't have these 11 quests. And you also don't have what this has, which is a map, right, with a backside cavern level on it that has never existed before, that's unique to these quests. So that, in and of itself, makes it an auto buy for any enthusiast of the Heroquest game. But there's a little more to it than that. There are new rules in here, adventure dynamics that have never been used before. And they are going to be very useful for anyone who homebrews. So you'll be able to use those rules for your own dungeons. You'll also be able to use the cavern tiles that are on the back of this map for your own homebrew dungeons. And that in and of itself is a party. And you also get the alternate sculpts and a unique unit that's never been used in Heroquest before. A dragon. Now the dragon, I'll be honest with you, is kind of weird looking. I'll be real with you. It's a weird dragon. It's kind of like I don't know. It's not. It doesn't seem like the kind of dragon you'd expect. Well, on the other hand, it's a dragon and it's got stats. And those stats can be used. And that miniature you can trade out for another, better dragon that you like more. Say this dragon. It don't matter. If you got as many miniatures as I do, you don't really care about how goofy the dragon looks. The fact of the matter is, you're getting a rule set, right, for a dragon. And that is really cool. That adds a new dynamic to your Heroquest adventure that you didn't have before. It also has another set of dice that are a different color than these. That means that two players playing at the same time can throw their dice simultaneously, and you'll know whose dice are whose. And that makes it worthwhile. And this is the exciting part for those of you who have never played Heroquest before. Right? That's kind of a complete redo of the original cover. If you've never played Heroquest before, you can get in at the $49 price point. I paid tax on this, so it came to $52, I think. But if you've never played Heroquest before, and you wanted to play either of the two games I put up here, you might, if you wait for a sale, you might get the Avalon Hill game for under $100, just under $100. That's the cheapest I've seen it. I think I got mine for like $86, and that was like a barn burner. If you wanted the original game, right, with all the pieces intact, it would cost you even more, unless you got lucky and caught it at a garage sale. When this game originally came out, it cost like $20. Okay, but inflation is rough. So if Grandpa still has his, his kid's copy of this, and it's been sitting in the closet for 20 years, and you go to a garage sale and you see it, and you grab it for $20, which is what, I got that for $20. You did really good. That does happen, but it's not going to happen every day. It's certainly not going to happen very often. Most of these games were destroyed. As you can see, this one's heavily played. This game got a lot of play. It's a lot of fun and a lot well-loved. This one is a well-loved copy of a well-loved game. It is intact, but it is well-loved. Okay, it has been played. We want our games to be played, right? Well, this expansion was written by the same guy that wrote the original adventures. Same guy. So these adventures happen simultaneously with these adventures, which give you a whole new dynamic, a whole new appreciation for the characters that you meet in these adventures that you played, back in the late 80s, early 90s. These adventures will have some of the same characters, right? Overlap. Okay. That is going to give you a sense of nostalgia. But say you've never played Heroquest ever. You've never played it. You start out with these adventures. You really like the game. you really like these cardboard standees, right? You don't mind that because, I mean, it takes up less space. It costs the company less to make because it's not plastic. So everybody wins, okay? And say you aren't even someone who likes standees and you've already got the other game. Well, you can use these miniatures here or these miniatures here, right, to play this game here. It's all compatible, okay? Now, was this worth $50 and some change to me? If I already owned this, questionable. If I wasn't a completionist, and if I hadn't been playing this game since I was a kid, I don't know if this is worth $50 to me because I already have the game. I can probably find these quests online somewhere. However, and I have plenty of proxy miniatures, okay? However, as a completionist, or if I didn't own these original packs, right? This would be a great way to break somebody into the game system, give them an introduction to it, and there's one huge advantage that this has over either of these boxes. It's lightweight. It's portable. It's easy to transport. If you wanted to take Heroquest and play it at someone else's house, right, or take it to the game store, this is your option right here. If you're more worried about the gameplay, right, than the big pieces of plastic, this is going to be the one you get if you don't already have these. So, is it an up or down vote? Well, I haven't even opened the damn thing yet. If you guys really want to see what's inside, let me know. But there's plenty of opening videos. I don't plan on opening it until we actually play it. And I always do an opening video if I open a game that's ever been opened before. Tragically, most people in my game group, they just want to play D&D or Ticket to Ride. Or Betrayal at House on Haunted Hill. Or Settlers of Catan. Yeah. That's pretty much, Cthulhu Wars. There's some Cthulhu Wars occasionally. And we do the D&D board games. Spades, actually, is a huge hit. If you want me, can we have real talk? Spades is probably a bigger hit than most of these board games. And sometimes we have poker night, and it's just as big. But Ticket to Ride right now is really hot. This game is a really good game. It's a fun game. It's been around for a long time. If you don't have a copy for roughly the same price as Ticket to Ride or Settlers of Catan, you can get a copy of some, they call these Ameritrash games, right? You can get a real good dungeon crawler, right? With the years of history and plenty of upgrades, plenty of expansions. You'll never run out of stories. They're still making this stuff, guys. So I just want you to keep that in mind when you find the time to decide what games you want to find inside your game collection. Now, please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why. If you hated it, I really want to know why. And thanks for watching. Find all the collectibles of your dreams while you're awake. If you cannot find them, well, that's on you, because I'm trying to show them to you. Take care.